Hi, I won't say anything. Just look. Look at this. It's trucks going into the harbor. And yeah, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, we have a situation. We're playing City Skylines 2. The city's name is Springville. We are now a grand city, and we have placed down a harbor to transport goods to and from the city. And this is causing me miles and miles and miles of traffic piling up trying to get into the harbor area. And in the last episode I tried to not I did something to help the situation because the lines are, or the queue, or the jam, or the messy chaos, it was much longer before, because then we also had people traveling by car into this area, and I made them take the subway to this area instead. But now we have to handle the trucks and the delivery of goods to the harbor, because this is not working out very good. And I talked about making a one way road into the harbor area. And I did that, and I placed a exit way going the other direction, a one way road, so that cars can get out of the area also. Imagine all the cars getting stuck in the area. That would be quite funny, I think. But yeah, I did that, and but I'm still struggling with the cars wanting to get over to the other side of the highway, and I'm not quite figuring out how to prevent them from, or I can't prevent them from crossing the road at this crossroad, or what it's called. So they will stop traffic, and also the cars at the, or the trucks at the harbor. They're just using one entrance and one exit, and it's the same one, and that is kind of slowing down everything. So maybe there is a fix for that, because that would solve some of the issues I'm having here. And I'm sorry for just jumping right into this, but this had to be addressed. And I'm not mad. I'm still happy playing City Skylines. It just bothers the out of me that I can't figure out a good solution to this chaos that has been caused due to me placing down the harbor at the place where I thought it would look nice. But to look at it from a more positive point of view, as I said, the subways, they are working because there isn't a lot of traffic going into the city. Before, we had the jams at every exit and entrance to the highway. Now we have, well, we do have a few, but most of them are figured out, and I don't think that the ones that I'm stuck with in the city, I think they are due to me misplacing like the tram stops, and the bus station that is placed in some places. They are close to roundabouts and stuff like that, so they cause chaos in the roundabouts. So there is something positive. I see that subway is working. It's working fairly great, I would say. But the trucks. What to do with the trucks? And I have talked about trains, having a train going from the industrial area over to the harbor, but it's such a short way, but it's also divided by the water. So I would have to place down a bridge. So I'm kind of thinking, oh, hey, a plane. Maybe I should just place down an airport on the industrial side and the harbor side and have planes flying. But no, no planes. That would be. It will keep some trucks off the roads, but it will be kind of just a waste flying the few distances that separates the harbor from the industrial area. And is this design to me? Because I talked about earlier in one episode, I talked about there coming out something new to City Skylines. Probably has been released now. I haven't checked out what that is, but it looks like something to do with seafronts and other buildings in the residential areas and also the commercial areas and stuff like that. And maybe this is designed for me to move the industrial area once again from where it's situated now over to the other side where the harbor is and just live happily ever after with the trucks going just the shorter distance. Maybe that is the best solution in the end. Or maybe it's train. Or maybe it's planes. I don't I don't know. But since the plane ID fell into my head when I saw the plane crossing the screen, I actually have placed down the trains. And it doesn't look good because I didn't want to make the bridge over the, or have the bridge cross, or have the train cross the water. That would be the easiest solution, but also I think it will mess up a lot with the ships and the boats and the other traffic. So I had it go all the way around the other industrial area over the river at a higher level, and then again over the highway and down in, yeah, it's not pretty, but maybe this will take some of the goods that trucks now are transporting and free up some of the highway so that people can get somewhere. And I also placed down the passenger station that transports people by train. I placed one in the city and one in the harbor area, just so the people have the option of taking the train also. And I connected that one to the subway system, and I also tried connecting it to the tram system so that more people can also use the train to get somewhere or to get to the dreaded harbor area. But we now have trains in the city, and yeah, we can applaud that, but we can also say that I'm not happy about having the trains in the way they are, because that means I will have to connect the train tracks to the train tracks on the other side of the map also. I know nobody's forcing me to do it, but it will make sense to do that, and that will be quite the situation. I wonder if I can place the trains underneath the city. Maybe that will be a solution to where to place the train tracks, because I right now I can't find a good place to place the train tracks in the city without destroying the other plans I have for the city. So yeah, going back to what I said when I first started playing the game, I do not plan ahead, and that is causing me so much troubles when I expand and just jump. I'm just jumping into the new stuff that I'm given when I unlock it with the development points. So I'm kind of tempted again to just abandon Springwell and start over and see if I can actually write down a plan and look at the map and see where is the trains, do I want to put the industrial area, where do I put the commercial area, where do I want to put the downtown, where do I put the old town, where do I put the farming area, all that kind of stuff. I'm kind of tempted to just say that, okay, Springville was my first let's play of City Skylines, and then jump into another game and see if I can do greater things than what I have done with this city. Because the trucks just using one of the entrances, I find it kind of ridiculous because there are more entrances and exit points. I think I have seen some cars use another exit or trucks use another exit, but ah, why can't they be using all the exits and entrances? Ah, it's really annoying. So I have two questions for you, if you want to answer them. Is there a way to get the cars to or trucks to use another exit? Have I done something wrong? That's the first question. The other question is, should I just abandon Springville? I have never played. We have over 80,000 people living in the city. I have never played with such a big city before, so I'm not a very experienced City Skylines player. Should I just abandon it and make a plan for another map or this map again and see if I have learned something, to see if I actually have progressed in my wrongdoings in this city due to lack of planning? Should I start up a new city with just the gritty patterns in the start and then make leafy bendy areas and have the city expand faster in the beginning so that I can unlock more land to place down more things in the areas that I plan out ahead? Let me know if you have any thoughts on that and what you think. And yeah, I unlocked the paper factory. That was something I have been also talking about a lot, that I wanted to unlock that one. And trying to place that one down. It's a big building. I feel like some of the buildings you get in this game, they are pretty big. So it's kind of problematic to place them down. And as a player, I do not do a lot of terraforming. I do sometimes. Often I forget to do it. And placing that one down was kind of a struggle. It ended up looking terrible. As you can see, I couldn't even connect the road because the ground around the paper factory was just, it was very high. And I didn't want to move it because I liked the placement, so I ended up just flattening the terrain around the factory, leaving kind of raw edges around it also, because again, maybe maybe the edges should be raw so you can see the traces in the nature where I do the invasive stuff to it to have the factories placed down. Just a thought I have in my mind. And I noticed the water sign above the forest place, thinking that we might have to look into having more water supply to the city. But I also unlocked like the geological center, which will help me find more of the ore and the coal and the oil in the map. So I haven't placed down that one yet. So trying to figure out where that one can go. and I just plopped it down over there. And the radio telescope also I unlocked a few episodes ago, I think. Just placed that one also kind of randomly over here. And I have to do something with the water situation because the buildings aren't getting enough water. And I still haven't unlocked the advanced water pumping house building because I haven't had the need for it. And right now I'm just missing a development point to unlock it. So ending up placing down another water pumping station by the river, trying to cover the needs for water right now. But I will get into that. The advanced water pumping station later because I think the city now is at a level where that one is needed for the water supply to be high enough. And I have been complaining earlier about the low office demand. There's no office demand in the city, but there is some popping up now. So I will be placing down some of them also later on. But first, as I place down that geological center, which helps me find more of the ore and the coal, especially, I wanted to place down some of those specialized industries that take out the ore and the coal from the ground or the mountainside. So I placed a few of them up in the mountains over in the farming area where I also have the power plants. So those will also help with the variety of raw material that I have in the city. But I guess they will also cause me a headache because that will lead to more cars or trucks driving down to the harbor area. But if we just for a moment just forget about the harbor area, the other areas of the city, they are doing quite great. I would say we do have a lot of really, or they look serious, but the traffic accidents that are happening and they look like cars have just been speeding and crashing at a high speed into each other. So that is kind of concerning. I don't know how to fix that. Maybe just banning people from driving would fix everything, but I don't think that is very sustainable. And we are also making a lot of money. Uh, Money has not been an issue in the game since the beginning, or I had some down periods, but that was just due to me building up very fast. And I had the concrete episode happening where I was paying people to make concrete. It seems like, yeah, the taxes were, there was something happening with the taxes. But right now, the industry is making us rich. So even though I don't like the industry, it's giving us lots of money. And I have asked in a previous episode if there is a possibility to make a city without the industry. Will that just be a complete chaos? Will I not have any demand for anything in the city if I do not place down the industry? Maybe that is also something to try if I start up a new game. But yeah, the industry, although I don't like it, it's giving us very much money. But the demand for offices, it comes and it goes. So I will just fill out where I previously placed down the low density office buildings. I will just change those to become high density to have more high offices in the city. And also the commercial area, I will change some of the lower density commercial areas into higher, just so that we can see the urban area build up even higher and more dense. And also sometimes there is a demand for the high density residential buildings popping up, and then I just also do the same. I change out the medium density buildings that I placed down before in the urban area with some higher density residential buildings, just to add to the chaos, or not the chaos, but add to the density of this area of the town, because I'm really satisfied with how this area is turning out. But yeah, I'll end this episode here. I'm going on a holiday, Easter holiday, with the family up in the mountains. No computer, just my phone. And I hope that you will have a wonderful Easter and that you enjoyed watching this episode. If you do, please press the like button, do subscribe, let me know in the comments, and have a nice day and goodbye.